Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining today. This is going to be an expressed glutes and inner thigh focused class, and I'm going to throw in an option to use ankle weights if you'd like. All right, let's get started. We're going to come to standing and we're going to find a curtsy lunge for our warm-up. So you're going to step your right foot back behind you so it crosses behind your left. You're going to reach your arms out in an L position, reaching those right fingertips up towards the ceiling. From here, you're going to root down through that left leg, and you're going to come to stand squeezing elbow to knee, tapping elbow and knee. We're going to come down and exhale, lift and tap. Continuing on just like that. Inhale as you lunge. Exhale as you squeeze and tap. And I'm just going to talk through a few things here. So in your lunge, I want you to think about stacking that knee over ankle and hovering your right knee over the mat. And then I want you to think about really rooting down through the ball mound of your left foot as you come to standing. Really finding strength in that left supporting leg. And then your core, keeping that core nice and engaged, keeping the rib cage nice and tight, finding a neutral spine here, so not tucking through the tailbone, and then squeezing through your right obliques as you lift at the top. All right, we have 3 more here. You're gonna start to feel this in your outer left glute if you don't already. Here's 2. Last one, and we're gonna land in our curtsy lunge to finish out, and then stand all the way up. Whew. Okay, we're gonna flush it out with some squats, and I'm gonna come to the side here so you can see a little bit better. I want you to bring your feet wide, so to the wide edges of your mat, externally rotate your toes at 45 degrees, and then sit low into your squat, sitting your hips back, and finding a long spine from the crown of your head out through your tailbone. Your knees are tracking over your second and third toe. You're gonna sweep those arms overhead, biceps framing your ears. From here, you're gonna give me 2 pulses, down, low, and exhale, stand and squeeze through your glutes. As it comes down, low, exhale, stand, squeezing through your glutes. Just like that, continue here, sitting very low in that squat, as low as you can. Inhale and exhale, lift. Inhale and exhale, lift, keeping your core engaged. And again, keeping a neutral spine here. Let's do 3 more. And 2. Energy out through your fingertips, out through your arms, and here's our last one. And stand it all the way up. Okay, we're gonna take curtsy lunge on the other side now. So you're gonna step your left foot back this time, finding your deep lunge, reaching your arms in that L position, left fingertips reaching up. From here, rooting down through that right leg, we're gonna stand it on up, crunch elbow and knee. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift and squeeze and tap. And again, think about everything we talked about on the other side. And we're definitely challenging our stability here. So if you're finding trouble balancing, focus your gaze on something in front of you. That should help find balance. And then again, really rooting down through that standing leg as it's your stabilizer and through your core. Squeezing through the obliques and starting to feel this in the outer right glute. Okay, 3 more here. Can you sit a little bit deeper into that lunge? Here's 2. And 1 more. And you're gonna finish in that curtsy lunge and stand all the way up. Woo. Okay, the glutes are feeling a little warmed up now. We're gonna get to our core and you're gonna find a high plank. So go ahead and walk yourself out here and just take a moment to adjust, stacking the shoulders over the wrists, keeping a gentle bend in your elbows, keeping your gaze forward, and drawing belly button to spine. And then think about lifting out of those shoulder blades. From here, we're just gonna take shoulder taps. Slow shoulder taps here, so right fingertips to left shoulder, left fingertips to right shoulder. Alternating sides, and moving really slow. So a few things here. One of our main goals is trying to keep the whole body really stable. So if you had a glass of wine on your back, it wouldn't topple over. And just to make the stakes higher, imagine you're wearing an all-white outfit and you really don't want to get it dirty. So you have to move with intention, we're moving slowly, and this is all coming from the core. So it's really challenging our core strength. And if you find that you're unable to keep the hips from rocking, bring your feet out wider to the edges of your mat. This should help find more stability with that wider base, that wider stance. Continuing on here, and hopefully you're starting to feel the core warm up. Let's do 3 more each side. And here's 2, and 2, and 1. We're gonna hold the high plank in 1. Holding it here. We're gonna take slow mountain climbers. Zip up the legs, draw right knee in towards your chest, extend it back, left knee in and back. And again, we're trying to keep the whole body stable. So we're not letting the hips rock side to side. The shoulders are staying nice and strong and stacked over the wrists, minimizing that rocking motion of your hips. So even as the knee comes in, we're not allowing the same side hip to dip lower. And again, it's all coming from your core, and that's why we're moving slow. We're focusing on the core movement here, the core engagement, the deep core engagement. Okay, let's do 3 more each side. Breathing through it. Exhale as you draw the knee in. And 2, and 2, and 1. And you're gonna hold your high plank in 1. We're just gonna hold a plank here for 10 seconds. For 10. You can do this. 9, 8, 7, keep your gaze forward. 5, I think I skipped over some numbers. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And lower the knees down. Woo, okay, so our glutes are activated, our core is activated. We're now gonna get into a little deeper glute activation. And if you are using your ankle weights, go ahead and strap them onto those ankles now. And if you're not using them, no worries at all. I think you're still gonna feel it big time. All right, now we're gonna start in a tabletop on the right side, and I want you to bring your knees together, stack your shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees, and from here, you're just gonna lift and lower through that right leg, keeping it in a bent position. So we're going to lift, keeping that 90-degree bend, that deep bend in the right knee, pointing through the toe, and lower. Exhale, lift, and inhale, lower. Now, a few things here. We're not thinking about how high can I get my right leg. We're thinking about how can I support my body in this movement, using my core strength, using my shoulder strength, continuing to press out through my shoulders, keeping a healthy low back so we're not curling or crunching through the low back to get the leg higher. You're just bringing the leg as high as you can support with the rest of your body, working really hard here to stabilize, keeping your hips squared down to the mat, so not opening that right hip as you lift the leg up, and squeezing your glute at the top. So you're gonna start to feel this in the right glute and in the right hamstring. Let's do 3 more, and we're gonna hold it at the top. And 2. Take 1 more and hold it there, and find little pulses up and up from your highest point, poking a hole in the ceiling above you. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and hold it here. Extend the leg straight and drop it to the outer right side of your mat. From here, you're gonna draw a big half circle up and over to the left. Still engaging through that core, and then up and over back to the right. Just drawing big rainbows here. And again, you're starting to feel this in the outer right glute. You might be feeling it in the left glute as well, as it's working hard to support you here. And again, we're trying not to find too much movement through the hips, so we're not rocking them back and forth, opening them and closing them. We're allowing this to come from the right glute. Nice, and continue to press out through your shoulders. Okay, we're gonna do 3 more here. So here's 3. Tap, and tap, and 2. Tap, and the left glute is feeling it big time as well. It's kind of sneaky. And here's our last 1. And 1. And hold it here. You're now gonna drop down to the left forearm, and you can tent your right fingertips here. You're gonna keep the leg where it is, and you're just going to lift and tap. Exhale, lift, inhale, tap. So again, working the outer right glute here with that leg slightly out to the side towards the right. Let's do 5. Holding it high in 4. In 3. In 2, in 1, holding it here. You're gonna bend the knee in towards your shoulder, and exhale, extend it back out long. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale, trying to maintain the height of that leg. So imagine you're gliding it across the tabletop. I want you to also think about lifting out of your left side body, not letting it collapse here. For 3, 2, Last one. Hold for a second, lower it down. Woo, and your glutes should be on fire now. Okay, I'm gonna switch over to the other side now. We're gonna go onto the left side, and I'm just gonna come here so you can see the working leg. So again, bring your knees to touch, come into your tabletop, and start to lift and lower through the left leg, pointing through the toe. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. And think about all those things we talked about on the other side, keeping the core engaged, maintaining that neutral pelvis and that neutral spine so we're not really curving through the low back in order to get the leg higher. That's not the point of this exercise. Keeping the gaze long here and really lifting out through your shoulders. Make it slow and precise. And hopefully you're starting to feel it in the glutes. We'll do 3 more and then we'll hold it high. And 2. You're gonna hold it high in 1, holding it here. Little pulses up and up, up and up. From your highest point, like you're poking a hole in the ceiling for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then you're gonna extend your leg out long and drop it out towards the left side. And we're gonna take those rainbows. So you're gonna draw your leg up and over towards the right and up and over towards the left. Make this slow and controlled, and really try to find maximum range of movement here. And then back over towards the left. Really working through that left outer glute. Tap and tap. Tap and tap. And trying to keep minimal movement in those hips again. Breathing through it. All right, we have 3 more. Here's 3. And 2. And 1 more, and you're gonna land with your toes to the left, and we're gonna drop down to that right forearm now, and you're just going to lift and tap. Exhale, lift, inhale, tap through that left leg, working the outer left glute. Lift and tap, lifting out through your right side body, not sinking into that shoulder for 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, holding it high, in 1, holding it here. You're gonna draw the knee in towards your shoulder. Exhale, extend it long. Inhale, and exhale, extend. For 5, and imagine you're gliding it across that tabletop, trying to maintain height here. Here's 3. You've got 2. Breathing through it, and 1 more. And slowly drop the toe down, and lift up. Woo, okay. Hopefully feeling it in the glutes now. We're gonna come down and do some inner thigh. You're gonna keep the ankle weights on, but if at any point, again, they become too much, just take them off. No problem at all. You're gonna come into a side lying position on your left side, cradling your head in your hand here. And let's just set it up here. So I want you to bring your toes slightly forward of your hips. So imagine if you were standing up in this position, your toes wouldn't be right underneath your hips, they'd be slightly forward. And then I want you to slightly roll your weight slightly onto that outer left glute, so we're not rocking directly onto our left hip. From here, you're gonna zip up both legs, really squeezing through your inner thighs. And I'm gonna warn you, this one is spicy. You're gonna start to lift both legs at the same time, squeezing them together. So they're glued together. You're gonna lift both legs up, inner thighs working like crazy, obliques working like crazy, and drop them back down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. We're not here for long. We only have 5 more. Here's 5. And 4. Lifting out through both side bodies here, not letting that sink. Here's 3. So we're working the obliques hard here. 2, and then you're gonna hover the legs in 1. Hovering them low here, and you're just gonna separate the top leg from the bottom. You're gonna give me little lifts with that top leg. Lift and lift. So the outer right glute is working and the inner left thigh is working here for 8, 7, 6, 5, stick with it, 4, 3, hold it in 2, and 1, holding it here. You're gonna now meet your left ankle to your right, the left heel to the right. Tap and tap, keeping the right leg still. Oh my gosh, it burns so bad. The inner left thigh is working like crazy here for 5. Stick with it, 4, 3, length out of your side body, 2, and 1, and drop both legs down for a moment. Just breathe. Okay, you're gonna cross the right leg over now. So you're gonna cross that knee over and your left leg is extended long. I want you to flex through your foot. Point your toes up towards your face, flexing through that heel. You're gonna give me a lift and a lower of the left leg. Lift and lower. So now we're targeting that left inner thigh again. Little lift and lower, just a few inches away from the mat. Here for 5 and 4. Hovering in 3, in 2, you got this. And 1, give me little circles, clockwise for 4, 3, 2, and 1, and switch direction for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And take a break here. Woo, the left inner thigh is feeling it now. We're gonna switch over to the other side so we can even out. And again, feel free to take off the ankle weights if it's too much. You're gonna come down into that side lying position again, cradling your head in your hand, and you're gonna bring your feet slightly forward of your hips. So they're not directly underneath your hips. And then again, I want you to rock your weight into your right glute so that you're not sitting on top of that hip bone. All right, from here, zipping up through those legs, squeezing your inner thighs like crazy. You're gonna lift both legs up and tap them down. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Only 5 more here. Stick with it. Can you lift them just a little bit higher? Can you keep those legs squeezed together? Here's 3. Gonna hover the legs above the mat in 2. And 1. And then hold it here, separating your legs. Little lifts of that left leg. Lift and lift. Lift and lift. The right inner thigh is working to stay lifted here for 5, 4, 3, hold in 2, and 1. Holding it here, you're gonna bring your right heel to meet your left. And tap and lower. Tap and lower. Exhale, inhale for 5. Here's 4, and 3, 2, and 1. And then slowly lower both legs down. Okay, only got a few more moves here. You're gonna cross that left knee over now, and we're gonna flex through the right toes. Flexing through that heel, you're gonna lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower for 5, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here, little circles. I'm going counterclockwise. It doesn't matter which direction because we'll switch in 3, in 2, in 1, and switch for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo, all right. You guys are all done with the hard work. You can take the ankle weights off now, and we're just gonna get into a bit of stretching. We're gonna stretch our glutes and our inner thighs as they're both feeling pretty worked now. Okay, you're gonna come down lying on your mat, and you're gonna stack your right ankle over that left thigh. Taking a supine figure 4 variation here, you're gonna draw your left thigh towards your chest so you can interlace your fingers behind that left thigh, and you can use that right elbow to nudge that knee open to get deeper into this stretch. Just breathing here for a few moments. And our glutes often get super tight, and we definitely don't stretch them enough, so I highly recommend staying here longer after class if you have time. 1 more breath here. And then we're just gonna switch it out. So you can stack this time your left ankle over that right thigh and interlace your hands behind your right thigh, pulling that leg in closer towards your chest, using your left elbow to nudge that knee open to deepen the stretch. And this feels so good for me. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this stretch. Breathing into it. Every inhale, find more space in your left glute. And every exhale, see if you can melt a little bit deeper into the stretch and allow more space in your muscles. 1 more breath here. And then slowly start to roll yourself up to a seat. We're gonna take a seated butterfly, bringing the soles of your feet to touch. Butterfly your knees open. You can grab for the outer edges of those feet. Inhale, puff up through your chest. Find a long spine. And exhale, start to fold over your legs. Finding a long spine and then dropping your head down towards your feet. Breathing here. Feeling this in those inner thighs. Take a few more breaths here. then lift yourself all the way up to a seat. And you guys are all done with class. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you felt it in the inner thighs and in the glutes. And if you'd like to stay tuned for what's next, feel free to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.